Good morning. Welcome back to Daily Morning Ritual. It's been a couple of days. I apologize. I had an intense flu for like 2 days. I thought it was a migraine. I thought it was caffeine withdrawal. Maybe it was a combination of things, but one of my friends had it too. So we're working on our immune system here. And so, great reason to be back here this morning, celebrating and activating and energizing with you as we create a stronger, energized body for ourselves and for our families and for our service to humanity. Well, if you haven't had already your morning water, 5 glasses of warm water first thing in the morning flushes out the system, hydrates, pushes out all the stuff in the intestines. Recommended by Swami Rama as the way to cleanse the internals. Well, it's so beautiful to be here. Thank you for joining our daily morning ritual. Let's begin with our I Ching. The I Ching is an ancient divination method, and we use the Brian Brown Walker version of this app, and it gives us our message from the universe every day. A message of wisdom and insight, beautiful meditation for the morning. And today's message is Qi 15, Earth over Mountain. Modesty. The creative acts to empty what is full and to offer abundance to what is modest. The hexagram suggests that a deepening of one's modesty now is a sure means of improving the situation. There is no power so great as modesty for compelling the assistance of the sage, not one so hindering as immodesty. Those in high places who retain their modesty are loved by all and continually prosper. Those below who cultivate modesty inevitably rise on the strength of their merits, without making enemies along the way. But what does modesty mean? Certainly it entails a refusal to boast or act imperiously with others, even in small ways. But beyond this steadfast humility it also means that our effort to discern what is right and then do it is constant. We do not work against ourselves, and we do not indulge in doubts about the wisdom of correct conduct. This unwavering commitment to what is correct might be called the modesty before the sage. So there is in modesty a component of non-action, that is, not indulging in arrogant, ego-centered behavior, as well as a component of active effort, looking for opportunities to correct ourselves, to assist justice where there is injustice, to feed where there is hunger, and to give solace where there is pain. Finally, and most plainly, modesty means holding to innocence, sincerity, and openness in every situation. To do this is to empty yourself and make room for the blessings of the creative to take root. And then we receive the third line as well with that, which says, do not pause in your progress to bask in admiration or anticipate results. Clinging to modesty affords you a greater success. And then from the Wei Wu Wei Chin, forget the body, let go of sensations and obsessions and objects. Do non-doing to the point that thoughts cease to arise. Releasing mental constructs and emotional entanglements, you'll begin to flow as a sage. Then let go of that notion on top of everything else. And then as a flavor on top of that main message, we got kun, earth over earth, the receptive. Bear with things as the earth bears with us, by yielding, by accepting, by nourishing. Ka'un, the receptive, is the complement to Qian, the creative, the dark which is illuminated by the light. The earth which receives the blessings of heaven, the vessel into which nourishment flows. This is a time to follow rather than lead, to assist rather than initiate, to listen rather than talk. Redevote yourself to the cultivation of modesty, receptivity, and gentleness now, and let go of concerns about the conduct of others or the progress of your worldly ambitions. The wisdom of cultivating receptivity cannot be overstated. Receptivity is the rich earth with which the creative cannot take root in our lives. Receptivity is the rich earth without which the creative cannot take root in our lives. This fundamental hexagram serves as a strong encouragement to you to concentrate on your capacities to nourish, to support, to accept, to work without desiring recognition, to follow the guidance of the sage. You can benefit greatly in a period like this, from time spent in solitude. In quietness, we have an opportunity to focus on the purification of our hearts and minds. It is a good time to ask oneself, am I sincerely pursuing the good for its own sake, or do I have a hidden agenda? If so, detach from it and return to the path of independence and balance. Through humility and openness, we become receptive to the assistance of the higher power. And then from the Wei Wu Wei Ching, enlightenment comes only when you accept everything that is, without resistance, without quarrel, in complete stillness. This is the only, the simplest, the necessary ground of being for complete realization. The opportunity to dwell in quiet acceptance exists in every moment, sitting, bathing, cleaning, cooking, working, wherever. When that moment passes, it is present in the next. Just embrace it. Beautiful. Modesty. You'd wonder, how does, a leader of a country who is not terribly modest achieve such power? And I believe that what is happening right now in the world is we're seeing the crumbling of that immodesty and that ego. And as it happens in the larger world, it also happens within us. So let's examine the truth within us. Where are we? Where am I being immodest? Where am I being ego-driven? And notice that. So let's take a moment and spend some time now meditating. If you have a mala or a rosary, you can use it as a way to focus on whatever your mantra is, whatever your prayer is, whatever your intention is for the day. Come into stillness in your body. And in that stillness, come into your highest intention for the day. Ask your question, how can I be of greater service? When you have your intention, you can use these beads to focus. As you move the beads through your hand, just repeat your prayer over and over again. You can form your intention as I am modest, or you can create it as an affirmation where you make it a question, which gives direction to the subconscious to answer that question throughout the day. Why am I so modest? That time flew by, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, thank you so much for joining this morning. If you haven't dry brushed, you can dry brush, that'll exfoliate and let go of the toxins that are shed through the skin. It also stimulates the lymphatic system. The other thing to do every morning is to oil pull for 20 minutes. Oil pulling is an ancient Ayurvedic technique, and it really cleans out the mouth from bacteria that have been collected over there. We have about 500 different kinds of bacteria in the mouth. Apparently the mouth is the most dirtiest part of the human body, which I find somewhat surprising, but that's what I've heard from the yogis. So you swish it around in your mouth like that for 20 minutes. I do it first thing when I wake up. I have this little jar in the bathroom, so when I go in the bathroom in the morning to do my morning pee, I put that in my mouth and start swishing, and 20 minutes later I spit it out. You can spit it out into the garbage better than spitting it out into, don't spit it into the sink, especially coconut oil. If you use coconut oil, it will congeal in your drain, and you don't want that. So yeah, so with that, let's do our Wim Hof breathing technique. If you don't have the Wim Hof app yet, it is available on the Google Play and App Store, Apple App Store. And what's nice about it is it has a retention timer, because we're going to do 4 cycles of 40 breaths. At the end of each cycle of 40 breaths, we exhale completely and we hold at the bottom. When we exhale all the way to the bottom, we hold our breath at the bottom. After fully oxygenating our system, we can hold our breath fairly long. If you set the intention to hold it for 2 minutes, see how well you do. And so hold at the bottom for as long as you can, and then inhale, hold for 15 seconds at the top, and that's 1 cycle. All right, so we're going to start with an inhale and then a full exhale. It's like an intense inhale and a serene exhale. We're activating and energizing the system. Activating the deeper parts of our brain, which gives us control over our immunity. Relieving anxiety and depression. That deeper part of the brain has been frozen and kind of disconnected from the rest of the brain, so we're rebuilding those neurons. You might feel your body tingling. You might find it difficult to talk. Last 10 breaths, deeper than before. Last 5. Last 2. Get ready with your retention timer. Exhale completely and hold. Inhale, hold for 15. Let go of all the ill feelings, all the ill thoughts. As you exhale, let all the toxins come out. Beautiful. And let's begin our second round. We start with an inhale and then exhale completely. Feel the fire breath as you activate and energize the system. Last 10. Last 5. Last 3. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Start your timer. Exhale to 0. Deep inhale. Hold. Let go of all the ill feelings, all the ill thoughts, all the toxins, all the things that you don't need anymore. Oh, it's such a blessing to be here with you each morning. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Beautiful. Shall we just dive into the third round? So start with an inhale and then exhale. Last 10. Last 5. Last 3. Get ready with your retention timer. Exhale completely. We're activating the deeper part of our brain, the amygdala, which is pretty much gone into freeze for probably most of our lifetimes due to the agitation in society. And we're in a constant state of agitated brain state, which is called beta. Western doctors consider this the normal brain state, but that's only because most people are in it. Our actual natural brain state is alpha, which is a calm brain state, which would probably be the brain state that we were in if we were living in a little village and our environment was taking care and we had enough food and all of that. We're only thrown into beta when like our village were attacked. That would be when we would go into beta. But in modern society, due to vehicles that are driving us around at very high speeds, that in and of itself is agitating. If we're dealing with traffic, if we're dealing with people who are in anger, if we're dealing with people who are in fear of not having enough, it's a constant agitated brain state. So by doing this breathing technique, we are taking our brain state back to zero, and now we're creating a new set of neurons that connect the rest of our brain. So uncomfortable cold, uncomfortable heat, this kind of uncomfortable breath at the end where it's like we're really pushing it to the edge of discomfort. It's kind of a reset to that frozen part of the brain, and it's creating new neurons, and those new neurons actually give us access to deeper parts of the brain, which gives us actually this control over the body that we didn't have before, and boosts our immunity, reduces anxiety and depression, and generally improves our well-being and positive outlook. So thank you for taking the time to do it every morning with me. So beautiful. So now we're going to do the fourth round, and the fourth round is slightly different in that at the last breath, when we do a full exhale, we not only hold our breath at the bottom, we also do as many push-ups as we can at the same time. And just do the best that you can. And if you need to do push-ups on your knees, that's fine. If you need to do push-ups against the wall, that's fine. If you want to do them on your feet or even on your toes, you can do that. I do push-ups off of my big toe. Just push everything up onto the toe. It's whatever you want to push yourself to that edge. I prefer doing very slow push-ups, just being really present. And yeah, so just enjoy the silence of the mind at the bottom of your breath. It's usually where we get some clarity, and our brains don't have a lot of oxygen to think crazy thoughts, and so we go to zero, and we are just present. So beautiful. So with that, let's begin our fourth round. Start with an inhale and exhale. Excuse me. 10 more. Get into your push-up position. Last 2 breaths. Get ready with your timer. Last breath. Exhale completely. Do as many push-ups as you can. Deep inhale. Hold. Beautiful. How's that feel? Love to hear your comments, questions. Feel free to post them in the video, and I'll be happy to respond. Another beautiful morning. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. I love you. Have a beautiful day.